All right. What is going on? It is the Grunmeister here. It is a Friday night. It is 7 p.m. Eastern, and yet I am not alone. Sir, who are you that's joining me tonight?
It is I, the voice, Joshua Joseph, the current window liquor captain, things like that. You know me. If you know me, you know Grun. If you know Grun, you know me.
Exactly. It was an awesome opportunity to have voice on the show tonight. And not only that, before we get into really, we're not getting into Smackdown. We're gonna touch on it a little bit at the end on tonight's show, but for most part, we're gonna go over the wildfires that have been burning in the wrestling world as of late. Tessa Blanchard seems to be making her way back into good graces after uh 8 years, 7 years of being disliked and hated by the
Yeah.
entire world. Like the fact that that's even possible, Josh, is kind of crazy, which really made me wonder: were those allegations true or were they false?
Well, see, now that's the question, because
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of that lately with a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of Enzo.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and that was a few years ago that was brought to light, but still, um, kind of goes to show that maybe when there's allegations, people should I don't know, pump the brakes and shut the fuck up.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know, Grun.
I don't
I'm
know
just
either.
out here throwing out theories, things, ideas. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I think maybe it could have been a completely false allegation, but it could also have been not. It could have just been something that was not as big as somebody said it was, and then maybe society kind of figured it out. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, and we'll definitely dig into it. Not only because I did find with Grok AI, and yes, I'm starting to hate AI. But with Grok AI, we were
I
able.
love it.
I mean, look, it is a useful tool, but it seems like people want to give it a job,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm against.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I can be okay with you being against that. But
Okay,
I mean, bring on the chaos. I want to see it. I want to see the Terminators. I want to fight them. I want to take them out. Let's fucking go.
let us go indeed. And before we get way too deep into all the rest, you guys got to check out the Window Lickers on Monday night, Raw. Or no, just Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, all IYH networks. Gotta check out the Bouquet of Legacy, hosted by Alacon the Concept House, our boss, and co-hosted by Divinely Designed Annie O'Neill. This last week's episode, they were co-hosted by fellow IYH member Relentless Ray Larson, which was a very awesome interview. They talk about women's wrestling and its impact in giving the flowers of those women and the matches that deserve it. You got to check out the hot tag with hosted by Alacon the Concept House, and when the voice and I are available, we join him and talk about pretty much everything WWE and everything that's going on. No, you got to tune into that. You got to tune into the ECW Watch Along, hosted by the voice Joshua Joseph, who on those nights also takes on the title of the Educator of Extreme, co-hosted by Alacon the Concept House. They don't check out extreme matches of today. No, they check out the grandfathers. They check out the people that started extreme wrestling, ECW, OG, when Paul Heyman was barely making money, barely able to pay people. Actually, he probably wasn't able to pay half the people.
Well, we won't talk about that. There's
Well,
some checks.
I mean, we still love Paul Heyman, though.
Oh yeah,
We still love
very
him.
much so.
They go over OG original ECW content, and the content that includes New Jack, who WWE definitely would not have allowed into WWE.
Not with his wild ideas.
Nope. Nope. And there was an equally wild man around him, Mustafa Saeed, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And you guys
Yes.
just covered him this past Thursday, last night.
Yes, we did. We had a great we call them highlights.
Hell yeah.
So we did an ECW highlight of Mustafa Saeed, one of the part of the Gangstas. Also, he was in a group. That group, the Gangsters, had D'Lo Brown.
Oh my god.
So if anybody remembers D'Lo, he was in that group too. So WWE
Holy
did
hell.
kind of get a New Jack adjacent member.
A little bit.
Yeah. D'Lo was he was the Carlton on Fresh Prince.
Oh my god.
So he's like, he was getting into stuff, but he was the clean cut guy,
Oh
just
my god.
having a good time.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. That is so hilarious. I can
Oh, it was
envision
fantastic, man.
that. Fantastic work. And then yeah, just guys, check out the IYH network. Now, we're not actually going to get into Tessa Blanchard stuff yet. We're going to get into somebody else who has probably burned every bridge that he has left in pro wrestling, and that is Andrade El Idolo, who a couple weeks ago showed up on AEW after being released from WWE. He was released with cause, or terminated, fired, however you want to phrase it. And he has not appeared since, because it appears that he was still supposed to obey the 90-day non-compete clause, and he violated it, which could keep him out of wrestling for a year.
Lame.
It is a little bit lame. At the same time, I gotta say, uh why is Andrade doing this to
Well,
himself?
that's the question, isn't it?
It really is, because, like, okay, no one, like, yeah, we're very pro WWE, but we will not say that Andrade was handled well in his first run in
No,
WWE. He
no.
wasn't. In this most recent run, it looked like they were finally going to handle him well, and then I don't know, there were issues. Supposedly, he failed some wellness tests, drug tests. And look, like, they're not telling us what drugs he was using. And it's like, it could have been like, I don't think they test for pot anymore, so I don't think it was that. But it's like, there was no reason to believe that he was doing anything wrong, which is the issue. That, like, okay, WWE believes this now, all right, but now Andrade has screwed AEW, who could potentially face a lawsuit because of this. Because regardless of whether even if Andrade lied to them, AEW's legal team should have known for sure.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah.
Well, Grun, let me play in my
please,
world,
please.
okay? Because fans, not only does IYH do 5 days a week of fantastic programming, content you would never believe, but you should tune in, because then you'll be a believer. We also have a Saturday show that we do every once in a while, and it's purely on conspiracies. So we're gonna go down that rabbit hole. Get ready. The white rabbit has come. So here we go. Andrade all of a sudden just starts going on this haywire thing, right? Like, just starts acting out of character. Am I not wrong? I
You're
mean,
not.
come on. Here we are. Andrade just out of nowhere, because he was getting a push. There seemed to be some momentum going. It seemed like Grun, my hopes and dreams of him teaming up with Penta and Ray Phoenix were going to be a reality. We could have been talking about this next year. But then all of a sudden Andrade goes cuckoo crazy. He kind of just goes off the rails. And then he shows up on AEW. Now AEW could potentially face a lawsuit. What if that was the plan?
You know what?
What if Hunter or TKO, let's just put it on TKO's shoulders, because he's taking everybody's money. He's putting all the price tags on everything. What if he kind of thought about it? What if he heard some stories from some of the AEW guys where they're like, this doesn't happen there. This doesn't happen there. And then he tells his legal team, hey, what could we do? And what if somebody who's trying to become an up and comer in the company and trying to get noticed because he's seeing all the billions upon billions of dollars being spent by TKO, and he goes, well, what if, because I heard a story that, this one guy who's in charge of this maybe doesn't check certain things, and maybe we'll take people's word as opposed to looking at the actual fine print. And then Andrade just happens to pop up. I'm just saying, there's always a chance when you go down a rabbit hole that you could find the bunny nest. And maybe this was the plan all along, because it seems highly insane these days. So what are the steroids that are banned on the wellness list?
So I do not know firsthand. I imagine most that in any sense would somehow affect someone's mood or intensity. I
Okay.
that is what I would imagine, but
Well, like, okay, let's go down that then. So the reason why they would have certain steroids on there is because the aggression that can be exuded at any moment can't be controlled. It puts others at risk, correct?
correct.
Okay. He's not doing those things. Don't you think in this day and age where everybody has a cell phone, everybody has a camera, if he was backstage going on tyrants or tirades and just going like bananas backstage, don't you think there would be some type of footage?
Oh yeah, there.
Don't you think some big guy would have stopped him and we would have been reading in the wrestling tabloids about such and such got into a altercation with Andrade backstage, and fists were thrown, what have you? There would be reports on it, would there not?
E- I think we're so used to there being reports on it because remember, Triple H has also been working very hard to keep what's actually going on in WWE quiet when he doesn't want us to know. So it does stand to reason that maybe Triple H at the very least, while he has not while he has not completely ruined the people leaking important information, he has prevented everyone from leaking altercations that real unplanned un no, uh, altercations that were not supposed to happen, that were not planned to happen, and are causing a riff in the locker room.
I don't see that.
I
And that's where I'm at with it. I
Yeah.
just, for some reason, it went haywire out of the middle. I'm not saying that for 100% sure. I know that he was a plant to get them going,
Mhm.
but it I am saying that the masters of this universe, it would not shock me if in a wrestling promotion, especially the wrestling promotion that got rid of all the territories, bottom up in the sleaziest way, you don't think some of that DNA still flows through this fucking company? Get the fuck out of here. I'm just saying that there is a good chance that this was a planned attack. Your enemy, they think that the enemy, WWE, AEW, is looking at WWE. They're losing fans because of their transition, what they did with going to ESPN. They're getting complaints about the live performances they're putting on. They're getting booed at certain times. They're going to also overseas shows and get the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banners, getting booed. This is an American company. Maybe we don't have all the exports and all these things, but we do have entertainment. Entertainment is an American export. All these other countries want the entertainment value that we have. WWE is an American product. And for it to get booed over there for that, especially from an island made by a bunch of prisoners that England didn't fucking want in their country anymore. So they shipped them off to this island and they were like, bye bye. And then, fuck off. Fuck off, Aussies. Oi, oi, oi. I don't give a fuck anymore. So I'm just saying that you think that your enemy is weakened. So you are not paying attention to what they're doing. They just gave up somebody that was making an impact, still has fire. People are still gathered around him. You plant him in there. They do something like this. Mistake is made by the person who thinks that they have the upper hand. Art of war, you've just won.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not fully sold on my version of it, but it could be because because this is not something new. There were stories that WWE sent people to TNA, sent Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff to TNA just to ruin them. There were rumors that WWE sent people to AEW to ruin them. There were rumors that people that both WCW and WWE send people to their to the other promotion to ruin the other promotion. So these rumors are not something new. There's always at least a smidgen of truth in rumors, a tiny little bit. Maybe somebody was mad at WWE. Maybe someone was mad at AEW. I don't know. We don't know for sure, but really, I can't even discount what you're saying, Josh.
No, you can't. And
I
that's the
can't.
great thing about rumors.
It is. And to let you guys know, like, there are eight steroids that are banned. Decadurabolin, which is infamous for Kurt Angle's suspension in 2006.
Okay.
Winstrol, not really, just something that I guess people have been caught, nothing infamous. Vince McMahon was tested positive for something called so the steroid name is testosterone. Common brands are Sustanon, and Anathate, and Cipionate.
So just testosterone replacement.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Equipoise, Trembolin acetate, Dianabol, Anadrol, and Masteron.
Okay.
They're the 8 that are banned in WWE.
Well, the testosterone one kind of annoys me because men in their 30s and 40s start dropping off in testosterone. And a lot of that is just purely testosterone replacement.
Right.
And for the field that they're in, why wouldn't it make sense especially isn't Andrade pushing into his 40s, I believe?
Yeah, he is no, not Andrade. Andrade's in his 30s. It's Santos Escobar who is in his 40s.
Okay.
Who just got re-signed to the WWE.
Yeah, and that one's a little weird too, that whole incident. But what I'm saying is and honestly, what the fuck why are you testing Vince? Who gives a fuck what the owner's on? The owner can do what they want. That's what I'm saying, man.
I hear you. Just for that specific one, it is said elevated levels implicated in Vince McMahon's 1994 trial. So he was 49. So it's it's not like 2009, 2010, this
I
was
gotcha. Okay, so he was just juicing.
Yeah.
He didn't know like the testosterone placement stuff and all that.
No,
Yeah,
he probably didn't.
Still, he's the owner. Who gives a fuck? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna hit Jim Ross while he's commentating next to him at that time? Get the fuck out of here.
I think
I would hit Jim Ross if I was commentating with him back then.
Wait, so when was the Montreal Screwjob? That was 96, 97?
I think 96.
Okay, well then,
because I think Bret Hart gets to WCW around then.
November 9th, 1997.
97. Okay, so 98 is when he hits WCW.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, so so yeah, like, uh, it could just for Vance, it could have just been as, oh, I'm feeling intimidated by my employees, so I'm telling the juice.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like it could be as simple as that.
that it could be, yeah. I mean, there is multiple stories of Vince back in the day traveling around with the guys and going to bars and then trying to act like a tough guy and
Oh yeah,
people putting him in his place and sometimes tag teams tried to take his head off. You know, things like that,
yeah,
just rascals, just the
yeah.
boys being boys.
Just the boys being boys and the girls being girls. And today that means they are being better than ever. And that is how we're going to segue into Tiffany Stratton's title reign as the WWE Women's Champion. Tiffany, I want to go over some real quick. Here are the defenses that she has had. She first the cash in. Money in the Bank briefcase on Nia Jax after Jax defeated Naomi, pinned Jax with the prettiest moonsault ever. This was also Tiffany was also missing for part of the show. Oh, they made that clear. It's for me, it's one of the best women's cash-ins of all time, if not the best. And then she's got wins over Nia Jax multiple times, Bailey, Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania Night 2, Nia Jax again, Trish Stratus, Nia Jax again, Jade Cargill at SummerSlam, which was not a good
We
match.
won't talk about that match.
No, we won't. A Jade Cargill rematch on the following SmackDown. Another defense against Jade Cargill, but this was a triple threat with Naomi,
Mhm.
or I'm sorry, not Naomi, Nia.
No, yeah, Nia.
Yeah, Nia. Where there was a mistake made somewhere, and really we don't know who it was or why it happened. But it is noteworthy that Jade, she took a bad bump into some steel steps that night and had a gnarly gash on her head.
Yeah.
Had recently lost to Stephanie Vaquer and now is looking for her next opponent. So my question is, how do we make the women's title mean something? Because I believe that it is just about time they take the title off of her.
I think it is time for her to drop it, but I also think she is making it mean something. This is not a yes, I know there's a lot of defenses against Nia. There's a lot of against Jade, but in the same sense, who else was she going to go against at that time over there on SmackDown? I don't.
I
I don't.
I don't
I
I, don't,
mean,
I
anybody?
mean
Like.
I
But so I understand that. So what I'm saying is like her first title defense is a legit title defense. Like her run is a legit run, and I think that the more what I like about this is there for a while there didn't seem to be any stopping of the Tiffany train. Everybody was on board, everybody was going with it. Yes, that SummerSlam match was horrendous, but I cannot blame I can't I got to give Jade more of fault in that match because Jade is expected to be better. Tiffany, she's still young, and maybe by next year if she's not the one running a match, if she's not the one guiding the match along, maybe we need to have the talk about Tiffany Stratton, and is she just a face that can do some good matches? But I don't think we're there with her. I think she's going to be a absolute beast running matches and things like that. Jade, on the other hand, this is her second company. She's already had the moment where a company just gave her the Goldberg treatment. She's now having to put in what we do here every fucking moment, the work. You have to put that in. And yes, is she doing it physically to make herself look the part? Most definitely. She's phenomenal in the look of a wrestler. But for fans like us, especially fans who touted your name and said praised all the times that you were a part of a match, to see where you're at now, sad, very sad. And I'm glad me and House sold stock on her, because all it is going down. Look at her interactions with fans. Look at the way she responds to them. I mean, it's insane. At that level, those and if you're out there and you have sensitivity to words, please bear with me, because they might offend you, but they're truth. When you're at that level, people who are chirping like that are beneath you. You don't look down. Don't look down. You always look up, because here's the thing. Anybody can say anything they want. And as long as you respond, you're on the fucking hook. And guess what? Now we're troll fishing. And that troll has got you on, and he's got a prize, because you're Jade fucking Cargill. You still matter. Your name still carries weight. But these actions and the lack of what you're doing in a ring are your biggest hurdles. And that race is looking very, very, you're getting close to the finish, and you're in like 7th place right now. You're not hitting that podium. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, no, like we're all like excited because like okay, she was learning from Brian Danielson, not exactly a slouch of a wrestler.
Absolutely not.
So like okay, Brian definitely would have if Brian was training her his way, which his way would have been you need to get the basics down.
Hmm.
But we do believe now that Tony Khan was more interested in her learning, just learning certain movements so that she could look good.
Yeah.
It- and it was like it wasn't. We didn't see it immediately. It took some time where she really needed. She was able to hide the fact that she can't wrestle for a long time.
We treated her with kid gloves.
We did. We absolutely did. We gave her credit because, like, she's still new to the industry, so we're like, it's not an easy industry to learn. Not any, like, what less than 0.5% of people can actually learn it just like that. Kurt Angle's one of those rare people, and
Yeah.
it's like we have no idea how, but he did. He learned it. Jay Cargill has not.
No. And she can do it. She could
Yeah.
definitely do it. We've seen flashes of it. I think that's why we were so excited. Plus, look who she was teamed up with. I mean, come on. If you're you start your career with Brian Danielson being your teacher, your guru, your guy. And then you do get see, I could see how Tony would get mix up that a little bit by
Hmm.
being like, "Hey, Brian, make sure she knows just these moves and she's got these things down," which she did. The block with the leg, she does that very well. And that's because of her overall physique. She's phenomenal as a in a physique sense, she's a beast. Yeah. I mean, come on, tell me that you wouldn't if you had her on your promotion, you wouldn't be slapping her up on the poster to draw
I,
people in.
oh,
That's what she photographs so well. She's got that look. But we need the storytelling. We need the moves to be crisp. And that's on you. We have rode with you for this long. It's time for some of us to get off and maybe wait at the train station for the next go around, because there's got to be some more work. I mean, come on.
yeah.
Like, even your on the mic skills are lacking. They are just like it pains me when she's on a mic.
Yeah, it's not good, and it's like you look at LFG and Panina Pinasty, they call her,
Yeah.
or she's got that. She knows how to hit that look where like she's giving you stank face. Like I don't. I think I'm gonna step away from her. Bailey Humphrey, big. unattractive and yet looks like a monster.
And I don't
I
need her to talk. I
no,
do not need her on a mic because
no,
that's nonsense.
yeah, no,
Monsters don't talk.
no, they don't have to. I mean, sure, Kane learned how to talk, Undertaker learned how to talk, but the Braun Strowman's all right on a mic.
He's decent
Yeah,
for a
eh,
big guy.
yeah, but it's like Bailey. Like all you have to do, like you don't need her to be able to write up a speech. You just need her to be able to say a few scary lines. That's it.
You need Liv Morgan with Bailey bringing Bailey out. I'm telling you right now,
Oh my god!
you need her skipping in front of her and just going, and that's how you get that's how you get Humphreys over.
I
That's how you
I
get her over.
I would buy tickets to see.
Exactly.
I would absolutely buy tickets
Dude,
to see that.
imagine the first time she comes without Humphreys has got this chain on her neck and just the way she like does, yeah, and she just rips it off and she goes, oh, boom, hits the ring. Boom.
Like
I'm telling
LFG,
you.
dude, LFG shows why you need to train people so vigorously and so and put the pressure up to a level up to 11.
It needs to be a boot camp
Yeah, it
because
really does.
that's what this company desires from the fan base that pay for you to be able to do this for a living.
Hmm.
And yes, is it not fair? No, it's not
No,
fair, not all the time.
no.
But when things work out and you do the good job, the love that you get from the fans, way worth it.
Oh yeah,
So like just to see some of the stories they tell about meeting fans who really got affected by one performance they did. Like, yes, do they hear it all the time? But there's always that one time that they hear a story that really gets to them. And Kane was one of them. That, I mean, anytime you hear him talk to about some of the kids that he met and things like that, there are some stories that I've seen the dude cry because he remembers, the happiness that he gave a sick child who was going through something that we'll never understand.
yeah.
Like it's amazing what this world
Really,
can do.
it really is. It's like look at WWE right now. There are diehard. They will never turn on CM Punk, AJ Lee, Lita, Bailey, Roxanne Perez. She's not with WWE anymore, but Cora J. Like there are diehard fans of CM Punk, AJ Lee, diehard fans of John Cena, Joe Hendry, diehard fans that they were teenagers when they loved these wrestlers, when they loved the Hardys, whoever, and they are in the WWE right now, and we are and Bailey, for instance, we are saying she is at her absolute best right now, and she has been a staple of the women's division for almost 10 years.
Yeah, I agree with you. Bailey, oh my God. Like, what can't we say about how fantastic she is? Even her little stuff with Michael Cole
Yeah,
is some of the best B-roll shit you can get. Like it really it when I see negative Bailey messages and shit, it really gets to me. Like it gets to me like if somebody's talking shit about DDP or Raven or things like people I absolutely adore. Like because she's 10 years that
yeah,
she's been doing what she's doing to get her to this top. And if that's not celebrated and like being like this is the highlight of the women's division, what the fuck are we doing? Are we just watching people in spandex play? Was that what we're doing? Because I mean, come on, give motherfuckers credit when the fucking credit, like when they can hear it and they can appreciate it. Why are we waiting until a motherfucker dies
yeah.
until we're all like, oh, they were great? Let's tell them they're great now. Let's be like, hey, you make this happen every time we turn on any WWE programming. You make us happy. So, I mean, I want more of that. I don't want more of this. Oh, this guy's doing this. This guy's doing that. She said this. Who gives a fuck? Beep, beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep?
The- it's so ridiculous how people will make those comments. They'll say, "Oh, so and so is not that great a wrestler." It's like, or people that are saying that John Cena's title reign or his what is it? His retirement tour is not that great. It's like, can you shut up?
Yeah.
Because like, oh, I remember what it was. People were saying that the match with Dave Meltzer was saying it wasn't a 6-star match. John Cena versus AJ Styles is like, I'm sorry, you've been watching this for 50 years and you don't think that was a 5-star match. It was a 7-star match. That's why you were wrong,
Yeah.
because yes, was it maybe the most technically gifted spot super ultra amazing match put on by Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay with a freaking chicken hanging above the ring and the winner had to grab a chicken? Then fuck it.
Whoa. I don't want to watch that match.
Dave Meltzer does, because Dave
Yeah.
Meltzer only likes bullshit wrestling. It's like,
Yeah.
and I'll apologize for, because okay, AEW isn't bullshit wrestling, but it's spot monkey wrestling. That's what it is. That's all. That's all Dave Meltzer like. Okay, you like spot monkey wrestling. That's fine. And hey, I think that can be fun. But that's not the best version. The best version is when you have John Cena not only getting his amazing intro, but giving AJ Styles an amazing intro, reminding people he is the definition of total nonstop action. He is the boss of the Bullet Club. He is the phenomenal. He is the face that runs the place. He is the absolute amazing professional wrestler that we all know him to be. I don't know why you guys have so much hate for that. It's like, why can we not just like things?
Yeah.
Okay, there are people that love our truth. Sometimes I find them annoying, and yet, you know what? I get it because it is just hilarious. It is fun, and
Yeah.
that's all it's meant to be. It's not meant to be grade A comedy.
Yeah. And that's what wrestling used to be. It really used to be just fun. I mean, they had a group called the Oddities. I don't know if you know about this,
I may
but
have
it
heard of
was
them.
the Traveling Freak Show. ICP was their hype men. They came out to the ICP song. At some shows, ICP actually came out singing. But to get back to Dave Meltzer, that dude is a fucking tool. I cannot stand that guy. That
No,
guy has so much. He's on a level that I don't know how he got there, because
no.
the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. And here's a little thing. Let's play peekaboo behind the curtain. Let's go into Josh's real life. Um, I'm going to tell you now, if you're ever out there and you're in the position that we do here at IYH and you cover what we do, and you're giving me Dave Meltzer fucking points, I laugh at you. I think that you're ridiculous and just playing silly, silly games. You're just a rascal here with a microphone. And I don't take what you say seriously, because Dave Meltzer is what's wrong with wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think I can argue with that. I'm sorry, Dave Meltzer. He
He is
thinks
a BJ.
he is a BJ. He is the reason why we have a dipshit like BJ Ray in pro wrestling scene. That's how we're gonna get into. BJ Ray was released from WWE.
Oh,
And
no.
oh no, it's like, and then he posts online, "Hey, Tony Khan, I'm right here. I'm ready to join AEW." He makes a fake post where he's all elite. So Josh, I think that BJ Ray, there is nothing special about him right now. I think he can talk. I think he can play a good character. I think he's a pretty good wrestler, but nothing special. And all he would be if he went to AEW, I'd be one of two people: a Timu MJF or a Timu Austin Gunn.
Hmm, okay. I can see where you're going at with that. BJ Ray, he's interesting
He is.
because okay. With a lot of people who do what we do, I think they visualize these guys as a lump of clay, especially with at the year that BJ is in his career.
Mhm.
He is moldable, but the thing that stops any type of being able to get through his thick skull is that tiny little thing that rattles around in that thick skull, and that's his brain. Because anytime he gets a little bit of like people get behind him, he fills his head full of himself. And that's bad in this business, especially if you can't pull it off. Like, for example, who in the WWE right now has the personality character type that BJ Ray is trying to put out there?
Miz could. You could argue that Grayson Waller could. Austin Theory could. Trick Trick Williams in his own version.
Mhm.
Mello his own version.
Okay, great examples there. Now, if you were ever to meet those guys and do an interview, do you think they would be that character or do you think they would be themselves?
I think right now that's kind of hard to say. I think Grayson in interviews he might be himself, but at the same time he might play his character, and that's the thing with WWE right now is that you get a mix. You'll get some people that like they're kind of being their character, but kind of not. So like they're
Okay.
blurring the line.
Okay. So I've interviewed a few of these guys after their years of being in, and in the emails back and forth, you get questions like, do you want me to be in character?
Okay.
I think that's what you would get with these guys.
Okay.
BJ, I don't think you would. I think he would. That's him. This, what we see is him. And if you cannot have anybody controlling that, anybody guiding that, then it's just a time bomb in any promotion that he goes into. And it's a waste of a career because he's not, I mean, physically, I'm looking at him and he's not doing the physical shit. So he's doing opposite of Jade. And he
Mhm.
is doing the getting the in-ring stuff down and everything, but fuck working on the outside appearance, which that's going to devastate you because we even seen in the I think the first his first match in the LFG for this last season, he was pretty winded by the end of it.
Mhm.
Like his cardio was horrible. And for a guy his size, he should be putting on uh, Chad Gable type matches, 10 to 15 minutes of high impact, moving around, using everything possible from the ring to the outside to back into the ring to possibly going into the crowd. And if BJ can't do that, or he's gets to the point where they're now outside of the ring and he's gasping for air, who wants to watch an out of shape wrestler gasp for air? You got the indies for that. Buy a ticket there, it's cheaper. But what the fuck are we doing with this kid? Like, and he's putting out fake posts. Like,
Mhm.
I would think that if from our first story, wouldn't AEW have some type of legality to that?
A little bit, yeah. But at the same time, it's okay, yeah. These companies they can sue. They can also choose not to, but that is up to their discretion, and you never know which direction they're going to go.
I'd
Uh,
sue the pants off of him.
I mean, yeah, most people probably would say sue them because they're trying to make money off of you. And BJ, like this kid, he there is nothing. Like I said, there's nothing special about him, and you mentioned the cardio. He talked about this a few times on LFG. He went to Duke and was wrestling at Duke.
Well,
Weren't there aren't there a pair of brothers on Raw right now that are a tag team that wrestled at Duke?
yeah. Well, you see, they kept with the training that was given to them through Duke and through that amazing complex they have for sports and athletes and things like that. Duke is one of the top schools for if you're on a team and you're with them and you get injured, guess what? You're getting the best sports medicine they possibly have. And you're also taught how to eat, you're taught how to train, how to lift, how to keep in shape, how to do all those things. And the brothers have done it. They have
Yeah,
done it. They kept with it. And now you're seeing what's good and what can happen if you stick to the process. You're out of Philly, you know all about
yeah.
that. That's what can happen. When you don't, you become BJ Ray. And now you're trying to grasp on the little bit of interest that you have. And what you have in interest is a 2 liter bottle full of piss. That's all you have from a gamer. And you know that stinks.
It does. Yeah, and like let's like it just I guess a few final points. Means Hayes Jameson was also released by AEW or WWE, and yet she got resilient, to keep going and positive feedback from women that are either on NXT or are making their way up to NXT and have proven themselves to be at least worth the time to be on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, Hayes might have something special. I thought she had nice spunk. I thought she needs a little bit of work. She's green, sure, but there's something there. There's something special that you're kind of seeing. That she's a little bit wild from Illinois, and yet I feel very much like she's Illinois country girl.
I
And
like it.
yeah, and just cannot wait to see Elijah Holyfield healthy and completely annihilate the competition in the season that's probably never coming because LOG is probably getting canceled. Unfortunately, WWE or I'm sorry, TKO can't accept the fact that sometimes you don't make money.
Yeah.
Um, but so what else we wanted to discuss was what I deleted my page. Awesome.
Oh,
Let's
Grun.
Tessa Blanchard. That's what we
Yes.
were going to talk about next.
That was the
So,
big
yeah,
opening. That's where you
yeah,
hooked them.
it was because like honestly, like this is one of the big. It's like so. Fans, a real quick recap of everything. Tessa Blanchard in 2017 to 2020 was accused of saying a bunch of stuff that was racist, being hard to work with, being accused of belittling and just being a bitch backstage in the worst of ways. She wasn't just accused by no name. She was accused by La Rosa Negra. Uh, I think that was, or that's how they're describing her instead of saying her name. And so thank you, Grok. um, there are some. Actually, I think. Okay, no, yeah. I think I do believe her name is La Rosa Negra. And then she was also accused by Allison Kay, known as Sienna. She's accused by Priscilla Kelly, Gigi Dolan, Shanna, Chelsea Green, and yeah, Chelsea Green's on here somewhere who apparently accused her of um of just being hard to work with, and she was at one point she was in a relationship with Ricochet. Apparently there was drama there that caused a breakup. Come
Well,
on,
being
Ricochet.
a racist dating somebody outside your race, yeah, there would be a little friction.
Every a little bit of friction, yeah,
Mm,
a little bit. That breakup was around 2017. It says, but now and now here's the biggest thing that is the killer for me. Like, how did she get back in TNA? It was the unprofessionalism that she was absolutely 100% guilty of, and
okay.
that is she was asked by TNA to send video packages because she had to quarantine in COVID. It was 2020. She had to quarantine due to and there was a pay-per-view coming up. She was already TNA World Heavyweight Champion, not Knockouts Champion, TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And they were like, okay, we understand you got to quarantine. Team, please send us a video package. Refuse to send videos. Refuse to record videos for promos for these matches. Forced TNA to strip her of the title and to cancel and terminate her contract days before it was supposed to expire. And now she is back in TNA and seems to be on good terms with people. But, well, maybe backstage on screen, everyone still hates her. But I guess is Tessa Blanchard, is she actually on a mission and succeeding to become to erase her past in it, essentially?
A redemption.
Redemption, thank you. That's a better way.
That's an interesting idea. Okay, so the working being difficult to work with, we can verify that. Correct?
Yeah.
That's verified. Is the racial stuff verified, or is this just talks?
The only no one says they had video. No one says there was anything written down that they could confirm it was written by Blanchard. There's all it is women, and I'm just saying it's women because it is all women making these accusations. There, and obviously Ricochet and her, I think now former husband Daga. I think she's no longer married to Daga. They had issues with her, so it's like there is something about her attitude that
They had issues with her,
yeah.
but did they say it was racial issues?
Not like I'm not seeing any.
Because the reason why I keep focusing on this is because what
Mhm.
I remember when all this happened was that was a main point, was she was a
Yes.
racist. That's what
Yes.
everybody was talking about.
Yes.
But there was no proof.
No, there isn't.
And then she was in relationships with people outside of her race. And throughout whatever relationship they had, I assume they text message each other. There
mhm.
was nothing that they brought up that said, see, this is proving that she's racist.
Yes, and you know, I think with Daga, I think there was the claim that she had cheated on Daga.
Okay, so she fucks.
Yeah, there was again
Okay.
claim. Grok is not showing me it, but I remember that was a claim, and that's why
Okay.
I'm. And
But
everyone,
again, who cares? That's
yeah,
her personal life.
it is, yeah.
But they made this racial thing one of the
Mhm,
biggest sticking points,
they did.
because that's why I think that you're saying, is she able to do a redemption?
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, the difficult to work with, you can whip that out of a horse.
Yeah.
You can, and they did that. Society did that by canceling her.
Yes.
But then, I mean, everybody knows I love a good rabbit hole, so let's go to this moment. All these allegations with the racial stuff happened 2017 through 2019.
So the years it supposedly went on is 2017 to 2020.
20.
However, it is. I guess some people are saying that it is still going on today, but that could also be Tessa saying, you know what, this is a business where I play a character. I'm gonna lean into being a bitch
Well,
on TV.
being a bitch and being a racist are two different things.
Agreed. And
And if I see, that's the thing. I've never seen any proof of this.
no,
And if it's out there, show me. I don't care.
yeah,
Like, I kind of find it foolish to be standing on this hill talking about this. But again, I go down rabbit holes, and it seems like maybe that the trajectory she was on, there could have been some type of animosity
hmm,
coming from others. And at that time, oh, I don't know, hot button was boop, you're this, boop, you're that, you boop,
hmm,
you go into this category. And if it's not provable, and we don't see anything. We just hear people say these things. Like I could let me fucking throw one out there. Okay, so 3 days ago, I was walking down the street. I seen a couple different races of people. I did. I did.
Okay.
Guess what? None of
What?
them robbed me, but I thought they might have. Like, get the fuck out of okay, I get it. Like, if you don't like somebody, you don't like somebody, and if
Yeah.
they're difficult to work with, they're difficult to work with.
Mhm.
Find a different way, but dropping a label, uh, an ist or an
Yeah.
ism on somebody is baby stuff. That's what you do in kindergarten when you're mad because Susie won't let me use the yellow crayon. She's a
Yeah.
racist. She
Yeah.
hates boys. Get the
Y
fuck out of here.
y
Stop it, people.
yeah. Uh,
And
yeah,
if she is, let's fucking hang her. Let's not hang her, but
yes!
let's crucify her.
Yes!
Let's be like, no, this is not what we do. You get the fuck out. You don't get to make money anymore. Sorry.
Y
Go get it. Go learn to code.
yeah. Yeah, bro, well, and from everything I've seen, like, the only evidence is the testimonies of these female wrestlers who made these accusations.
The
That is
testimonies.
that that is the best way to word it with
Weren't we talking about Duke earlier?
we were. We
Wasn't there
were.
a famous lacrosse team that was in Duke that got I don't know, said that a lady of the evening, the night, if you will, came over and they tortured her and did horrible things. And then they went to court and she had to go, "Oh, they didn't do that. They didn't do that." But yet all those young men of all different backgrounds, all different creeds, all different races were crucified by the public, and then once it was proven that they did nothing wrong, that didn't even happen, uh, everybody just went, oopsie daisy. And then they moved on.
Yep.
If we're looking for equality and we're looking for actual like flatline basis, this is how we are, and this is where we know the starting line is, then she should have been held accountable and been in trouble for what she did. The people accusing it, if it went into legality stuff, the people who accuse anybody of anything and it's proven wrong and it's proven made up, they should have to suffer the consequences that were going to be put upon the person that they said did the action.
Yeah, and there is in today's world, there is more and more mounting support of the idea of convicting pressing charges and convicting people that are make false accusations. Obviously, I think we all can agree that if you are proven in a court that you made false allegations in order to better benefit yourself or to hurt the other person in any way, you absolutely are a horrible person, should not be walking around free, because now your word cannot be trusted.
Yeah, I
Eh,
agree with you.
yeah,
Dave Meltzer.
it's I'm better than Dave. I'm handsome.
Not you. I meant like, that
Oh,
we were
oh,
directing
okay.
those things to him
Yeah,
because he's out
yeah,
there saying nonsense all the time.
yeah, always. Like, and speaking of well-known pro wrestling commentators, there are two in the industry that are actually supporters and have specifically said it's that these accusations are either the cause of cancel culture or jealousy. And that is Jim Cornette and Booker T, who we don't we don't always agree with.
No,
I think Jim Cornette is full of himself a lot of
I
the
think so
times.
too.
And Booker T is an interesting individual because I think he's smart when it comes to the industry, but I think sometimes he needs to shut up.
I think he's full of himself too. I
I
think
mean, he might
he's adjacent Jim Cornette, in my opinion, just a different shade.
I mean, he might, and yet they both agree, and this is likely more. They were mad that Tessa Blanchard was getting so much attention, and that maybe it was going to her head, and maybe she was acting like a bitch backstage, but maybe it wasn't to the level or to the extent that they are saying it was.
Yeah.
Was specifically the detractors demanded apologies. Expos show ongoing vitriol with some blocking critics. Like like the like if Tessa Blanchard did nothing wrong, if Tessa Blanchard is only guilty of being a human being who is a third generation wrestler and let all of that ego go to her head, like then okay, let's crucify her for that. But clearly, Charlotte Flair's her ego clearly went to her head multiple times in her run in WWE. Yeah, WWE did not fire her. The most
But she
actually,
learned.
yeah, she learned. She had to deal with injuries that
Mhm.
took her out. The most recent one took her out for like a year and a half. She had to sit on the sidelines, knowing that she's not there, and that WWE, the women's division, was doing fine without her. So she had to prove that she belonged. And now we have the best version of Charlotte Flair.
Well, yeah, I would say one of the best versions we've seen in a long time out of her, and it's a credit to her figuring it out,
Yeah,
plain and simple.
absolutely. And Tessa Blanchard, like she was always great. I mean, she had intergender matches. Not it's like she didn't win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship off Joe Schmo. She didn't win it off of what the hell? Oh, what was the turtleneck? No, the turkey neck bastard with AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. If you have if you have two hands, you have a fighting chance.
Oh, James Ellsworth.
Jay Ellsworth. She didn't win it off James Ellsworth. She won it off of Sammy motherfucking Callahan,
Mm-hmm.
who is
It was a great match too.
yeah. It was a great match. He was brutal. I'm pretty sure it was a no DQ match as well, some sort of no DQ match style. I'm pretty sure she had a match against I know she had a match against Brian Cage, beat
Mm-hmm.
him, and I think it was also a match against Eddie Edwards, and then Josh Alexander I think was supposed to be her opponent at the show that she did not show up for. I think so. But it's like fans were not mad at these matches. Fans raved for these matches, which means that even if logically it doesn't make sense that a woman beats guys like Sammy Callahan, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Cage, the fact is they told the story where it made sense that she won, and fans wanted more of that. So clearly there are signs that she knows how to work and maybe work in that people did believe that she may have been innocent until the fans or the wrestlers who maybe were nobodies. But he's like La Rosa Negra. Like I don't think I've ever heard of her. Gigi Dolan and Chelsea Green, obviously very different story.
But
I've heard.
Chelsea said she was hard to work with.
So Chelsea Green said that she put people down, put women down, bullied and belittled her and others. Is what Chelsea Green's claim was. This was again in that 2017 to 2020 or 2021, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. I mean, it is what it is.
It is.
She's back on the rise. I think she does hit the redemption arc. I think she does overcome it. I think that this is just noise, and I'm glad I'm in the same boat with Jim and Booker because they see it. They understand what I'm saying, and I understand what they're saying on this because that's what it seems like. Because at the time, Tessa's were doing shit that women want because it's the acceptance from the male wrestlers that you can work and put on a good entertaining match for the fans, which is the overall goal, which is something that a lot of critics have said has never happened. They even discredit the China match with Eddie and all them back in the day and the Jericho. They say that it was just, even Cornette, he's a huge one who says that was just, a circus that they were showing you and they were using China as that act. And which, you can make that argument. But in this sense with Tessa, you cannot make that argument because the matches, I have watched them. They are good. They are compelling and they put They put her in a position where she has to overcome the mountain, and she does it. That it's a storybook wrestling story.
It really was, and it in my eh, I'm in right now. Have the belief that she will be in WWE at some point. I think,
She's got the best chance right now.
yeah, and unless someone, and because we're at a point right now where people are tired of people. This person is accused of that thing. I accuse them of this. And then we say, well, what's your evidence? They say, well, you know what? I heard from somebody. Shut up.
Yep.
Stop talking. Stop it.
Yeah.
Unless you have video recording, unless you have tangible evidence, unless you can name the people that you heard it from, and they can clearly define where they got that evidence from, shut up,
Yeah.
because people are done, people are tired of being taken for fools by people who just, like, I'm bored, I'm gonna make up a rumor about somebody and see what happens.
Dude, I've been called racist because of my actual last name. Just because of what my actual last name is.
You didn't choose your last name.
Exactly. So I laugh at that when unless I see it blatantly out there in the open, I just laugh at those things. I'm just like, stop, silly. You're silly.
There were kids there was a girl in my brother's, I don't know, junior or sophomore year of high school. Her last name was Boner. It was very unfortunate.
That would have been awesome.
It was unfortunate for her, and it's like nobody gets to choose their last name.
No.
If you decide to change your last name, whatever, that's your decision. I hope your family doesn't hate you over that. Okay.
Your family set you up. This is conspiracies with Grun.
Yes. Oh, I think that was there anything else. I definitely, yeah, that was
Well,
so. Go ahead.
can I throw out something real quick?
Yes, please
So
throw it
we
out.
know the NFL halftime show is happening.
We do.
There's divisiveness happening. Some
Sure.
people are not into Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
So I believe Turning Points is doing an alternative halftime show, and they have successfully signed their first artist who is going to be on stage, and it is Jelly Roll.
What? So turning. Now look, I heard about most of what you just said. I'm like, okay, I think they're gonna pull something off. I did not think Jelly Roll has agreed to be part of Turning Point USA. For those that aren't aware, Turning Point USA was started by an 18-year-old Charlie Kirk,
Yeah.
who only had a high school diploma, started a company, started Turning Point USA at 18. And just to let people know, Charlie Kirk would be 2 weeks older than me right now. Like, that is, like, he's 31. No, yeah, he was 31. He would be 32 by now, and he had this major awesome company, and Jelly Roll, and they're trying to sign Creed too. They're trying to get Creed, the multi-platinum, millions and millions of sales rock band, who, yes, is very much known for having a lot of Christian influence in their music, but still being named one of the greatest bands of all time. They want Creed in the as the headliner, and then there are people also outside of Turning Point USA saying that Tom McDonald, one of the most controversial rappers
That's who
or,
I was
or
going to say
artists,
next.
or one of the most controversial artists in the world today, is also he told, hey, you should sign up for this shit. It's like,
Yeah. So, okay, so
yeah.
it's not completely official. He is
Okay.
saying, okay, so what is being said is that he is the top one on the list right now,
Okay.
and they are in talks. There's also another guy. I'm not familiar with him. I've seen his name thrown out one time,
Okay.
but still, it sounds like this is going to happen. They
That
they already have people who have said they will sign as soon as they know it's going on. Oh god, Dax, I believe the guy who
yeah,
does with Tom, he does some
yeah,
songs with Tom. He
he
said that
has.
he's definitely in on it.
Oh my god.
Um, yeah, I'll keep you updated. We'll
Yeah.
share more of that. But yeah, I know earlier they were Turning Point USA was definitely throwing it out there that they have him.
Yeah, Dex is like kind of rap R&B artist. He's got a song To Be a Man that he's got two versions. One with another similar artist, Darius something, but he's got a 10-minute version of that song with like 12 different singers or slash rappers, including uh Fix, who I think is slowly making a rapper from Texas who is slowly making his name up. Uh,
Yeah. Well, they already got Kid Rock's got a show he's going to be doing at the same time.
Not surprised.
He's got Ted Nugent, Travis
Okay.
Trent, Jason Aldean, Aaron Lewis of Stained, John Rich,
Wow.
Lee Greenwood, featuring appearances from the Measles. I don't know who they are, but apparently they're another band, probably a good
Okay.
backup band.
I would say.
So there's going to be options. I don't
Yeah.
really Honestly, I don't really watch the halftime show. Haven't watched it since I was a kid. Last one I got excited about was Michael Jackson, just because it was a spectacle.
Yeah, there really wasn't anyone that I was ever excited for, and it's just because like what we can kind of point out is that the the last, I don't know, 10 artists that have performed at the halftime show have all been kind of the same genre, kind of the same vibe.
Yeah, but it's the popular music of the time. Like
Yeah,
I
I
I get
agree.
I get that here I think this is the disconnect. I think that when they fold the mainstream into a niche group of entertainment, you kind of that's where you get the friction.
Oh yeah.
And at the end of the day, Jay-Z's the one to blame for all this. He owns the company that gives the entertainers um, the contracts and things like that for the NFL.
Yep.
So this is I don't think Bad Bunny is a bad pick for uh, the halftime show. I think maybe the way he is going about what
Mhm.
he's saying is the bad way.
Yeah.
Uh, you don't tell people that. You just
No.
do your music, and then
Yeah.
what it is, because w- you can't do that because you rub so many people wrong. It,
Mhm.
it would be like if, let's just say by chance, if Kid Rock was uh, the halftime show, and
Right.
his statement after they announced it was, "Well, if you ain't legal, don't watch, or you got 4 months to get legal." People would lose their fucking mind. Even I would. I would be like, "What the fuck is this hillbilly redneck talking about? Shut the fuck up, dude." Like, that's where the anger comes from, and I
Yeah.
think people are missing that, and they're
Oh yeah.
pulling the Tessa Blanchard, and they're being like, "Well, this is just a racist thing, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
The true any discrimination is coming out of the artist's mouth when he's telling the fans of the thing you're about to perform at that they need to do something.
Mhm.
It's like, I don't know, when you say that a certain person's a tyrant or he's a fascist or stuff, but then we just went through lockdowns and people being thrown in jail for walking on the beach without a mask. But those weren't authoritarian stuff.
But also
Those were
those were
just
people that
us.
weren't but also those were people that weren't making 6 plus figures and in political positions.
Oh, well. Well, we're going on too much of a rant,
We are a
Grun.
little
This is starting to become a
we are
conspiracy
on the
show.
line. We've walked dangerously close to the line. So I'm gonna walk us off the line, off the edge,
You
And
should.
we're gonna quickly recap tonight's SmackDown, then we're gonna get out of here. So the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes, he will be kicking off SmackDown, talking about how Seth Rollins beat him. Now, I didn't watch it, but I know that yes, Seth Rollins used the watch that Cody Rhodes gave him after WrestleMania 41, I believe it was, and people were saying like, "Oh, that's how Seth Rollins won." Like, I mean, it helped a little bit, but Seth still hit him with two stomps. Like, at most, the watch dazed Cody, and then the two stomps put him out for good.
Well, that shows you people don't know storytelling, because
Exactly.
what it was is that was a moment in which he was trying to cement and make a statement with using the watch that he was given by the guy who he's about to hit with the watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. People
Yeah.
are, yeah. I'm with you, Grun.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, Jacob Fatu was supposed to be taking on Drew McIntyre tonight. They have started a feud that I think a lot of people are interested in. Even Josh, who I think you're done with Drew, aren't you?
I just, if you got him in a feud with Jacob, it's going to be entertaining, so I can
Mhm.
entertain his existence for now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, earlier in the week, it was reported that Jacob had suffered a non-wrestling related injury. Unsure as to whether how long he's going to be out. WWE.com officially right now still says that it's Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. However, there are also other reports conflicting with that, saying that that Jacob Fatu has been replaced with Cody Rhodes. Uh, I would this be good for Drew
This is
or
good for nobody.
yeah, because Jacob Fatu is out of nowhere became one of the hottest things in WWE today, and
Because he
now
maximizes his 5 minutes every time he's on screen. It's
five
it's the simplest thing a wrestler can do.
5 minutes. Are you going to pull down your pants, or are you going to make someone cry?
I like to do both.
Of course you do. Well, keep your pants on for this one because this is what I'm hoping is the main event match. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will be in tag team matching, defending their titles against the WWE Women's Speed Champion and WWE Women's NXT North American Champion and her tag team partner from Australia, Zarya, Sol Ruka and Zarya, will be going at it with Alexa and Charlotte for the women's tag team titles tonight.
That would be interesting. That would
Yep.
be a good match to represent, especially Sol Ruka. You're going to get her um, even bigger exposure. I
Oh yeah.
feel she's going to be the next uh, big push for NXT talents.
Oh yeah. 100%. Sol Ruka has completely. I don't even know how you want to say it. She has completely changed she's. Damn it! Sorry, didn't mean.
It's
I
okay.
I'm lazy. um, but no, Sol Ruka with her finisher, her in ring ability, her promo. Like, okay, she's not ultra mega amazing, but she has shown n- countless times that she can connect with the fans, that she can tell a story, and that she is a fantastic in ring performer and can tell a story.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree.
yeah, and like Zarya plays the perfect muscle beef woman to Sol Ruka's kind of hippie surfer chick, and it's a
Yeah,
combination that doesn't feel like it should work, but it does.
it's the yin and yang, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. What one side doesn't give you, the other side compensates, and vice versa. It's perfect.
Oh
They
yeah.
work perfect together.
They
Which
really
I'm gonna hate when they split them up, and I think tonight might be the night.
that is gonna hurt a lot of people seeing Solruk and Zarya split up, but Like,
I think that's where we're getting the soul push. I
yeah.
think she's going to do one of the things. One's gonna cost the other the titles, and then one's going to lose their mind. And wherever Soul Ruka is on that is how they're gonna push her, heel or face.
We're actually in a perfect time where to do that because JC Jane is busy with Tatum Paxley, who just won a battle royal to be number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. So what if, like, if you're right, Sol Ruka might be number one contender for the NXT Women's Champion at Stand and Deliver in Las Vegas.
Just watch.
Yeah. Tune into SmackDown, tune in NXT, tune into Raw, and tune into everything IYH. Tune into tomorrow. You're doing the tomorrow night. Is your conspiracy show, right?
It's in talks. You just
In
gotta
talk. Okay.
you gotta like our stuff, and you'll
Yeah.
know.
Drop a follow on the Twitch channel, the underscore voice underscore under Josh underscore or Joseph an
Yeah.
underscore. I hate that name.
I do too, but that's what they gave me.
Damn it, Twitch. Tune in, drop a follow on all our channels, Team IYH on Twitch. Follow us on all podcasts. Check out all of our IYH content. We will see you guys next time.